Morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome everybody to our special service today, the Gotane and Hatsumaiti service with a very special guest speaker, Reverend Umezu. And a little bit, Gotane is the birth of Shinran Shonin, our founder of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism. And that is the teachings that we follow. And Hatsumaiti is where the infant's presentation ceremony for our family, for our older babies. Next, we'll have the opening remarks, reading by Reverend Shinsei.
I take refuge in the Tathagata of immeasurable light. I entrust myself to the Buddha of inconceivable light, the Bodhisattva Dhammakara in his causal state, under the guidance of Lokashivaraja Buddha, searched into the origin of the Buddha's pure land, and the qualities of those lands and their men and devas. He then established the supreme incomparable vow. He made the great vow rare and all-encompassing. Namo Amida. Namo Amida.
Next, we're gonna have our sutra chanting. We'll begin with Sambujo on page 23, then the Dankyo Bakumon, the reading by Sensei, and then we'll go followed by the chanting of Shoshinge on page 31.
Today on this occasion of the Botane Hatsumaini services, the members of the Sangha have reverently come before me, the Buddha. The Buddha's reverent thankfulness, we all embrace in the wisdom and compassion of the Buddha, we reaffirm the three homilies. Go to the Buddha for guidance, I go to the Dharma for guidance, I go to the Sangha. Namo Kiya Roots, Namo Kiya Ho, Namo Kiya So. Shitano Zai Haku Nai Jo Yokangi Shawana Kenji Nanjo Dokuno Inyo Shiro Orenita Butsuhonga Jinen Sokuji Yuityo Yuino Joshu Yoraito Engine slow Sabaton Se Inyo Muge Konyorai Eshutara Kenshinji Osen Ocho Dai Sengan Oyuhongan Nikieto Ido Kunjo Shoichi Dai Hongai Itsugakunyudai Yeshu Tokushi Renge Tosekai Sokusho Shinyo Hosho Jin Yui Mono Ringen Jinzu Yusho Jiyo Jiyoke Onshi Donan Yodenshi Jokoran Shomo Sakurai Sanzoru Shikyu Onjo Senkyo Kirakuho Enjin Sansaron Chuke Oro Tika Kensenga Ogen Koyutari Shokyo Shigen Yoishin Wakuzen Bongo Shinjin Bon Shoni Shoni Sokune Han Ichi Muryo Komyo no Shoshujo Kaikuke Dochake Shodo Nansho Yuimyo Jodo Katsunyu Manzenji Ryaki Henkon Shu Enman Dokugo Kansen Sho Sabusan Shinge Dongo Zomatsu Hometsu Dorin Ichozo Wakuchi Guze Shianyo Endo no kumyo buchoi Ondo sanyo gyakuwa Omyo myo eninen Ayo kantai shigai Yo yasho ongo shin Yogi so Yovidai to Yakusanin Sosho Shoshito Ram Genshin Gonai Igai Gyo Enki Anyo Anisai Senzo Shushin Hansen Oke Ito Shoben Dogu Akuni Yoishobu Yakusai Shuchu Ondo Shogen Suibuken Shoshoka Onshigen Gumyo Bugyo Enjin Zen Maku Hondunin Enshu Kyosho Yaku Wakuse Genbai Shoyin Denge Eki Yoi Choshi Dokuyu Jakujo Mukuita
Now I have a Sangha rise to sing Gatha Namu Amidatsu on page 174. Next, we like to do our introduction for the Hatsumaiti, the families. And as I call your name, please come forward. Maya Shizuko Tanimoto, Lee and Arisu Tanimoto, and parents Ashley and Justin Tanimoto. Look for the pictures in a minute. Going to this next family is Asami Kazuko Idemoto with parents Michael and Diana Idemoto. Sensei is presenting to the babies, the Okesa and the Onenju. Their size. And next is Lucas Takashi Gumedes and parents Elder Gumedes and Laura Nagamine. Patient permission safety will leave a pledge to the parents, the babies.
Wonderful. I always say to parents that the most wonderful sound inside this room is the sound of children. So loud or soft, it doesn't matter. We just love the sound of children making this place alive. So today, you come to this temple, present your child before the shrine of the Buddha. The Buddha has taught us that religious instruction begins even while the child is still in the womb. So important is the performance of this sacred task that not one moment should be lost. So just as Queen Maya held the future Buddha in her arms on that fair morning in Lumini's garden, so you today also, yes, that's right, you today also hold a future Buddha in your arms. Yes. So the seeds of enlightenment are present in every person born, but more than ever during the tender formative years. These seeds require the kindness, patience, truthfulness, and wisdom of parental guidance. May you, through your firm faith, embrace Inamita Buddha Guide the growth of your child with steady and unfailing hand, that he or she may realize their inborn powers of wisdom and compassion. So parents, if you please repeat after me. I make this vow to do all in my power to guide the spiritual growth of my child according to the high ideals as set forth in the teachings of the Buddha. Join me in Gasho, please. Namo Amida Butsa. Namo Amida Butsa. Namo Amida. Congratulations. Thank you.
Well, now stay up and we'll take a picture. Turn around. Good idea. Maybe they're so good. We want family pictures and with the grandparents too. But you think now, the babies are better now. Yeah, let's take that. So we'll take.
Phyllis, you want to talk and keep the family? Anybody else?
Carrie, you can.
Okay. Here, you want me to take it?
So the next, oh.
It's fine.
And then your grandparents. Family. Oh.
Okay, Mom. Come on. Okay, you wanna do it all in here? Cell phone.
please. Let's give a big hand for our Hakamani family. You can turn to page 10. We're going to read our threefold refuge.
Threefold refuge. Difficult is to receive a human form. Now we are living. Difficult is to hear the Dharma of Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not cross over to the truth, the present life, what life shall we cross over? Let us, with sincerity and true reverence, take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha, that we together with all sentient beings awaken to the great way of enlightenment and to the unsurpassed intent of Amida Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we together with all sentient beings enter the storehouse of the Dharma, becoming like the wisdom ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we together with all sentient beings become units in true accord, in harmony with all things. The fearless, profound, and wondrous Dharma is rare to encounter, even in many hundreds and thousands of kalpas. Now we are privileged to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Next, Sensei will introduce our special guest speaker, Reverend.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. And congratulations to all of our Hatsumai participants today and supporters out here. Today we're celebrating this wonderful day, the birth of Chinna Shoma. And in conjunction with that, we introduce newborns to the temple, to the Hatsumai service. So I'm really pleased to introduce today our guest speaker, Reverend Kodo Nezu. And Sensei was born in Fukuoka, Japan, and he graduated from Ryukoku University in 1973, and immediately came to the United States and became a minister in the VCA. He was first assigned to the Fresno Buddhist Temple and continued his studies at the Institute of Buddhist Studies. And this is where he received his master's degree in 1976. And this is where I really got to know Reverend Nezu at IBS. We took classes together there. Later in 1976, he enlisted in the United States Navy. And after serving for 4 years, he returned to the VCA ministry and was assigned to Los Angeles Med Wing in 1980. In 1987, he was assigned to the Buddhist Church of Oakland. And in 1996, he was appointed executive assistant to the bishop of the Buddhist Churches of America. And he was appointed director of the Center for Buddhist Education at Berkeley in 2006 and served in that position until 2012 when he became the bishop of the Buddhist Churches of America. After 47 years of dedicated ministry and service to the BCA, Reverend Nezu retired from the ministry. He continues today, though, to be active as a speaker today, and he continues to be active as president of the Jodo Shinshu International Office. On a personal note, Reverend Nezu is one of my favorite people. I just really admire him. He's intelligent, he is thoughtful, he's humorous, and he's a pretty good golfer. I remember when he first started golfing with us on Tuesdays. He was a terrible golfer. Say terrible. That's not very nice. But he hit the ball and say, "Where'd it go?" And everybody in our group would collect lost golf balls and give them to him. He kept losing his golf balls. But he got better and better and better. And just like his ministry, he just kept at it. He got better and better. Last week, I thought I played well. He shot a 91 at Felipe, which is a phenomenal score, and came in first place. So he's now I can say he's an excellent golfer. But he's also such a good friend, and I've learned so much from him throughout the years. So I'm always excited to hear his talks, and so it's my pleasure and honor to introduce to you our guest speaker, Kodo Nezu.
You will please join me in Gassho. Put our hands together in Gassho. The greatest practice is to hear and say the name of the Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Butsu. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for your kind introduction. Me being a great. I don't need any more golf balls. I should, people think I have a big head now. But I should stay humble and just keep hitting the ball straight. I was going for distance for a while. So one day I hit the 346 yard. And after that, I was always trying to hit 300 yard. The ball goes right or left. So score was like 120. But now I'm trying to just hit to the middle of the fairway. Maybe distance is 200, but still, I think I'm still enjoying. But golfing is one, you need to practice, right? You need to practice. So Buddhism, Shinran Shonin said, the greatest practice is to say the name Namo Amida Butsu. What is that? That's not even a practice, right? Namandap, namandap, namandap. Why is Shinran Shonin saying, saying the name Namo Amida Butsu is the greatest practice? And that's the message that we need to listen to. Today, we are having this Gotai service, Shinran Shonin's birthday, but at the same time, we have an infant presentation ceremony for newly born babies. Welcome into this human world. We always say, hard is it to be born into human life, right? We say it, and it's true, it is hard. You look around, there are so many beings, so many creatures, so many animals, insects, all these things, and we came into this world taking this form as human beings. Being born as a human beings, Shakyamuni Buddha said, it's very, 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 very rare. Chances 1 out of billion. Even if you're born as a human being, to hear the teaching of Shakyamuni Buddha, the Dharma, chances almost like a zero. How many people live in Watsonville? I don't know, but how many people, And how many people have chance to hear Shinran Shonin's message? One of our fellow Buddhist minister of the BCA, the Reverend Dr. David Matsumoto, always reminded us, the ministers, that our church, our organization is the most important organization in this country. We see millions of organizations in this country, but he reminds us, at the temple, we could hear the Buddha's wish. No other places talk about the Buddha's wish. Buddha's wish. What is Buddha's wish? Buddha's wish is the wellness of all beings, just like the parents, holding child, oneness, wanting that child to live a life of happiness. There's no child and the me, it's one. If the child is not happy, parents are not happy. So now Shinran Shonin, his name happened to be Shinran. Shin means parent. Parent, kanji, Chinese character. Parent. But the parent, this kanji, the Chinese character Oya, Shin, doesn't mean just a parent, means someone who thinks of you. The true friend is Oya. So the parent is the true friend to the child. So the Buddha, the universal Buddha, the Buddha, when we say Buddha, we think of Shakyamuni Buddha, some of us, right? Or some of us, we don't know what the Buddha is, but Amida Buddha. But Buddha is this universal wish for all beings, to be touched by the truth. Touched by the truth. And what is the truth? There are two truths. The truth that we think of. We have so much knowledge now, so we know so much. Actually, our truth causes all the suffering. The other truth is undeniable fact, which is called the Dharma. No one can say no. That's not true. So the universal truth needs to be coming into us and change our way of life. If we just go by what we think is true, we create all kinds of difficulties, not only for ourselves, but for others too. Some years ago, one of our ministers by the name of Nakagaki Sensei from New York, he was invited to Vatican to attend the International Conference of Religious Leaders. He wasn't invited as an individual, but he as a representative from the PCA, he attended. You know, the world religious leaders gathered together in Rome, or Vatican, and they discussed subject of peace. After coming back to this country, came back to the United States, he made a report at the ministers' meeting. He said he attended this World Leaders Conference in Rome, but the meeting wasn't peaceful at all. It wasn't peaceful. Because each individual representing their group saying, this is the way, this is the way. Right? Isn't that true? So the meeting wasn't peaceful at all. They were there, discussing how to bring peace. But wasn't peaceful. The same thing, the Shinran Shonin, what the Shinran Shonin is sharing with us is to encounter this the light of wisdom, the true wisdom embraces all beings and making us realize our limitation. In Japanese, we say bakatarenes. I share this story often, but when I became bishop, one of the first event I attended was retirement of Reverend Kodani, well-known PCA minister. He retired from ministry, and I was a bishop, so I was invited. And at the end of the ceremony and service, Kodani Sensei gave a gift to all these attendees, their friends. The gift was a little ojuzu that, the small ojuzu that, what do you call that? Wrist ojuzu. I don't know how much he spent, but when I retired, there was no such event, so I didn't have to give anything. So it saves me money because of COVID. Anyway, his small juzu that he gave to people, you could see, what do you call, there's something here in the big bead. Look at that, inside. He says, bona fide bakatare. We think we know. We think we know how to bring peace. We try to control each other. We have an invisible remote control, do this, do that. But whatever we hold here has no ground, sadly. But to realize the truth of oneself is to the real peace. Each individual, we have, I talk about the child or baby coming into this world. So baby is like a 3 months old, 7 months old. But the Shinran Shonin said, baby is not 7 months old, 8 months old. Each and every one of us, our age is same. We didn't come into this world from zero. There is a relay of life behind. So you look at the relay of life, we came into this world as a result of zillions of years of history. We carry all this information from the past stored in here. And based on that information, we are making judgment. Everyone has different data in here. I don't know how many gigabytes we have. Limited amount of information. But based on that, we say, oh, that's good. Oh, that's bad. And we trust this. So I take refuge in myself. We don't say I take refuge in immeasurable wisdom. Immeasurable wisdom comes in to our life to make us realize our measurable light that we have. So Shinran Shonin really wishing us to be touched by the greater picture. In Japanese, people used to say, we are allowed to, okage-sama de ikasaretemasu, we are allowed to exist. Acknowledging other things around us, right? It's not like I am living. Even for my good score, golf, it's not that I did it. My partner, he will say, Sensei, hit it this way, or do this. It's not just me being better golfer and hitting, 92 or whatever. But our life, people in the past recognizing all these things around us, the huge world, going back to the past, to the present, and the future. And from there, selecting, I don't want to make mine too long, but maybe serious. I watch Japanese program, NHK program on TV. They have wonderful programs. One is called the Professionals. There's this program I still remember in NHK program. They were interviewing this great architect. He is known as one of the best architects in Japan. And the interviewer asked, what's the secret? Then the architect said, well, when I meet with clients, I don't talk about the house. What? They don't talk about house at all. But they do meet. He meets with clients many times to find out who they are, what kind of family they have, hobby, all these things, history. He wants to know who they are. Then based on, the conversation, discussion, consultation, he designed. And everyone likes it, he said. According to him, people don't know what kind of house is good for them. Some people come in and say, oh, I want the fireplace like this. I want the kitchen here. I want the bathroom here. No, no, no. From the eyes of the great architect, what's the best for that family? He figures out. Not what clients want, but architect have confidence. So that's the thing, we don't know what we should be doing. We are like the client, oh, we should do this and this and that. The other side, fully awakened one said, no, 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 no. What you think is right is just a junk. You like to push yourself to each other, right? I want my kids to be this way. I want my wife to be that way. But the other side, kindly, with a love, say Namo Amida. Say Namo Amida. Put your thoughts a little bit to the side. Say Namo Amida. Then you find a way to deal with the issue that you're facing. You don't get stepping back. The other people have their reason for being that way. Other people have reason to say whatever they want to say. But Namo Amida to put the little, we go, space between. Let them say whatever they want to say. Because you will be saying the same thing to others, which is not appreciated by others. So, when we hear Shinran Shonin's teaching, Shakyamuni Buddha's teaching, we come to realize there are two truths. The truth of us from our side, there's another truth that embracing all beings and the loving, understanding, accepting each individual as a great individual, recognizing difficulty, coming back, root is in the back, difficult. So doesn't say, oh, don't get mad. You get mad, Dhammanda. We cannot say, don't get mad. We tell each other, don't get mad. And the person saying is mad. So, then creating what? More undesirable situation. Shakyamuni Buddha's teaching, which Shinran Shonin appreciated, is to take refuge in immeasurable life and the light, which is called Amida Buddha. Namo Amida. We put ourselves a little bit to the side and have a space and continue to live our life, accepting our past karmic residue. Being Bhakatare, we finish this life. But the Bhakatare is the reason Namo Amida is here. So other people, oh, Namo Amida is no good. We need to do that. We need to meditate 10 years. If you will do it, go ahead. But we can even stop having pure thoughts even for 1 second. 3 seconds. Our mind is moving around how to benefit us. So that kind of a being we are is truly understood, just like the architect knows. Just say Namo Amida, Dhammanda, Dhammanda. Accepting, being accepted by the great mind and heart. embracing all beings, snake and snake, scorpion and scorpion. Each individual is being part of this big life. So thank you very much, and please take good care of your child, who is a gift to your family. So let us continue to live the world of Namo Amida. Thank you very much. Namo Amida.
Thank you, Reverend Anusu, for your wonderful talk and teaching us that putting our thoughts to the side, stepping back, giving space, and accepting each individual and saying, I'm on without some. Thank you very much, Reverend. Next, I'm gonna have a song arise to sing Gatha Undok song on page 220.
Five offers of the crown thought, Buddha embraced this vow, then resolved again that his name be heard throughout the 10 quarters. Everywhere he casts light immeasurable, boundless, unhindered, unequaled, light lord of all brilliance. Namo Amida. Namo Amida. Namo Amida. Thank you. Please be seated.
I have a few announcements. I'd like to announce that there's a blood drive on May 24th here at the gym. So from 10 to 2:30, so whoever would like to blood would be greatly appreciated. And then there's Memorial Day cemetery services. So Pioneer will be at 9 o'clock, Pajaro at 10, San Juan Bautista at 11:30. And then on June 8th, there will be a temple cleanup from 8:30, and then we'll have service and go back and finish our cleanup. So whoever can help us, it's much appreciated. Is there any other announcements? So we will have the sign come for a show call, and preceding that, please join. We have a luncheon in the gym. Please join. Thank you. That'll conclude our service. So there will be 2 lines for command for show call.
This is for when they get a little older, these are bigger menus. Okay.
Great people. That's you. Forget her name, I've only met her. Go over and meet her. Go and say hi, I think when you walk across the street. Well, then I'll have her walk on over and meet you on this side. That's what I mean. It's gonna be hard. That's good. Thank you.